Bust it. This here's a jam for all the fellas. Try to do what those ladies tell us. Get shot down cause you're overzealous. Play hard to get females get jealous. Okay, smarty, go to a party. Girls are scantily clad and showing body. A chick walks by, you wish you could sex her, but you're standing on the wall like you was Poindexter. Next day's function, high class luncheon. Food is served and you're stone cold munching. Music comes on, people start to dance, but then you ate so much you nearly split your pants.
Cook, DCC, DCC, whatever you want to call it. But it's me, it's Scotty G. And let's recap on this. First, I got I transferred it into another bowl, the Southwestern tartar, and I left an ingredient out. I was tasting it and I said something's missing, and I forgot. It's cilantro. So I want a rough chop of cilantro that I'm going to add to the tartar sauce. See that? Nice rough chop. Okay? I'm going to put that right in there and mix it up. Okay? There you go. Now, let me tell you something. This was good without the cilantro. The cilantro is going to make it pop. This swag is so good that it should be bottled and sold. It is so tasty. Man, that's dynamite. It is dynamite. Wow. Okay, so that's our tartar. Okay, we made the portobello, the baby bella stuffed chicken breasts. Okay, now these are seasoned up with garlic powder, onion powder, seasoning, salt, paprika, the broth and white wine. The broth from the mushrooms that we poached to make the stuffed mushrooms, which are right here. Okay, and we just want to put paprika on the top of those. Give them some color so they don't look so bland when they come out of the oven. Okay, they got a little bit of that poaching liquid on that too. So we got that and that. I got cut scallions here that I'm going to throw in the saute pan. And I'm going to leave them long, but they're cut in half. I'm going to throw them in the saute pan, saute them up, and I'm going to put them over the chicken. So this is going to be with the corn stuffed tomato that we made, which is here. Okay? So far, we've made stuffed mushrooms, stuffed mushroom and crab chicken breast, corn stuffed tomatoes, Cajun tartar sauce, and stuffed flounders. Okay? Stuffed flounders stand alone on their own. They're delicious. And you want to taste the fish and the crab in this only. And then last but not least, let me pull them out of the fridge. We have the crab cakes that we made. Okay? So these are all the dishes that I'm going to cook and plate and show you. And I also have fingerling baby red potatoes. And I'm just going to bake them in the oven. So this is going to be an accompaniment with that. Okay, so now that we got all of that out of the way, I want to show you something, a little garnish that I'm going to make. I'm only going to make one of them because time's running out. I don't want to have long shows like I had on the chicken show, but okay, big cucumber. Okay, what we're going to do Let me just fix my camera there. What we're going to do is we're going to cut a little end off so it could stand up, right? We're going to cut them into pieces. 1, 2, 3, and I'm running out of cucumber, so I got to use one of my little ones. This one will be for Kari because she's not crazy about the tartar sauce. So cut that end off and make that like that. Okay, so we got 4 cucumbers. We're having dinner for 4 tonight. My mother-in-law's coming over. Okay, I'm exhausted from doing all of those dishes from all that prep work. But it's all done, ready to go. You know, enjoying the cold one. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to hollow this out. Okay, so right in my sink, it's going to go down my disposal. I'm hollowing it out. Okay, now I got a nice hole in there. See that? Almost to the bottom, but not going through. Do one more. Okay, I'm going to hollow it out. Okay. See that? So I got those 2. Now you know what we're going to do with that? I'm going to tell you. We're going to put our Cajun tartar sauce in there. Like so. And these here, I'm going to clean them up a bit. And they're going to go on the plate. It's 100% edible, and it's got the Cajun tartar in it. So I'm going to finish these up, and when I come back, we're going to put everything in the oven. I'm going to show you how I flour the crab cakes, lightly saute them on top of the stove, and then finish them in the oven. Then everything will come out for plating. Oh yes, and also, I am going to make a beurre blanc sauce while everything's in the oven cooking. So I'm going to make a pan-reduced beurre blanc sauce, which is a white wine butter sauce. And I'll talk to you more about that as I'm making it. But when we come back from the break, we're going to get busy again. So I'll see you in a minute. Bye.
Sitting in your row. She's dressed in yellow. She says hello. Come sit next to me, you fine fellow. You run over there without a second to lose. And what comes next? Hey, bust a move. Just bust a move. In the city, ladies look pretty. Guys tell jokes so they can seem witty. Tell a funny joke just to get some.
And that's Young MC. With an appropriate song, Bust a Move. And boy, did we bust a move outside making all of this stuff. Okay? Well, let me tell you, I got the roasted red potatoes here. Okay? I parboiled them. I didn't have time to show all of this, but I parboiled them. They're almost done. Now, the forks go through them very firmly. Okay? I just put a tablespoon of olive oil in the pan, toss these bad boys up in that, and then I'm going to take a little kosher salt. I keep calling it kosher salt, it's my sea salt, and we're going to sprinkle some so there's salt on top of them. Okay? And we're not going to touch them. We're going to take them just like this with the salt on them, just like the way they are. And I'm going to put them in the oven. Okay. Putting them in the middle shelf in the back. My oven's preheated at 475. Okay. The chicken breasts are going to take the longest. Okay. Now I got them with the wild mushroom and the crab cake stuffing in these. Okay. We topped with a little. I can't believe it's not butter on top. I'm not using the real butter. Okay. In the broth. White wine and the mushroom broth from when we poached those mushrooms for the stuffed mushrooms. Okay? These are going in the oven. Middle shelf towards the back. Okay? Stuffed mushrooms. Okay, they're absolutely beautiful looking. Okay, baby bellas. Crab cake stuffing. Chopped up the stems of the mushrooms, sauteed them in a little garlic, added that to the crab cake mix, and we're ready to go on these guys. Just to let you know, those are going in the oven. Yeah, bang, just like that. Okay. 4 corn stuffed tomatoes. Okay, we hollowed them out. Fresh corn, red pepper, green pepper, seasonings, and a little bit of, I can't believe it's not butter on top, to melt down into them when they cook. These are going on the top shelf, towards the back of the oven. Okay, the key to this is to watch your stuff. Things are going to cook at different times, so we're going to pull it out and hold it till when everything's done so I can plate this for you, or I'm going to plate them one at a time as they come out. Okay, stuffed flounders, right? Crab cakes formed into the 2 pieces, 4-ounce pieces of stuffed flounder, 8 ounces of fish, and about 3.5 ounces of crab cake mix. Okay, white wine, the broth, seasonings, our old standbys. Okay, they're going in the oven. They're going on the top shelf. Okay, now we're going to make a blanc sauce. I am going to make it. Okay, here I have a chopped large shallot. I'm putting in 3 ounces of white wine, putting it on high. Okay, we want to reduce this down to almost nothing. And here, then I have 5 ounces of heavy cream. Whoops, I put the wrong burner on. Look at that. I got 5 ounces of heavy cream here. The heavy cream is going to go after this reduce on top of that. When that reduces down to where it's kind of sauce-like, we're going to finish it with 1/3 of a stick of chopped, softened butter. We're going to whisk that in with the flame off. This sauce cannot be held. It has to be used immediately, unless you have a steam bath or a bain-marie that you could hold your sauce in a bain-marie when you're making a quart for a dinner service like you were in a restaurant or something. But what we're going to do to that sauce, for the garnish of the sauce, we're going to put in some of the leftover corn mix for the stuffed, corn stuffed tomatoes. So that's going to go in. For the chicken breasts, I have here sliced scallions. I'm going to throw them in a pan. We're going to saute them. We're going to put them on top of the chicken, on top or on the bottom. I'm going to see how it goes, how I want to garnish it when we come out, when it comes out of the oven. Okay, so we got those waiting to go. And then, here we go here. In this pan, I'm going to switch pans. Sides here. Put that on. I'm going to put that on. Okay. What we got here is now what we're going to do with the pièce de résistance, our crab cakes. Okay. So what we're going to do with these crab cakes is we're going to flour them. We're going to brown them. Then I'm going to put them on a tray. And we're going to finish them in the oven. So I'm going to use about 1.5 tablespoons of olive oil. Okay? And we're going to let this get hot. Okay? We want the wine in here to reduce in this pan. Okay? I have a little tray of flour here. See that? We're going to flour these crab cakes. We're going to get this oil. We don't want a lot of oil. We're not using really a lot of oil. So we're going to flour the crab cakes. Flour them all up, these little hockey pucks. I'm going to flour them bad boys up. trying to keep this on camera for you. Flour this up. Okay. Get these all nice and floured. Okay. Okay, this is starting to steam the wine here. We want that to reduce. Right? Just let me look for a pan here to put the crab cakes in. I want something small, but I pretty much used all my sizzle platters and everything. So, you know what I'm going to do? Try to use a pan, or you could use this pan here. Well, you know what? Let me see that. I'm going to put them on this little tray here, because I need the pan to do some sauteing in. So that's getting hot. I hear it going. Okay. I'm going to have a sip of my Cabernet. Alright. I'm going to put these crab cakes in the pan. Okay. I got an email from someone who asked me why I say okay all the time. And being that I do all of the editing and I have two different cameras going and I'm trying to match up my motions and my voice at the same time, when I say okay on camera, I listen for that in the other part on the other tape, and it gets me close to where I need to line it up. It saves me a lot of time on the editing of these videos. You know, like I said, I don't have a camera crew. You're looking at it right here. That's boiling down nicely. You see that? It's kind of getting down to almost nothing. And when it gets down to almost nothing, that's when we're going to turn it. And we want these bad boys to brown, and they're starting to. Okay? So we're going to let them brown up. We're looking good. Okay? I'm going to put the heavy cream into that right now because it's pretty much reduced down to about not even an ounce. And that's what we're looking for. We're looking for that intense flavor. Okay, hitting it with the heavy cream. I'm going to let that reduce by half, and then when I want the sauce, to make the sauce at the end, I'm going to bring it back to the fire, whisk the butter into it. Okay, these crab cakes are smelling yum. Whoa, look at that. That's goodness. Look at those bad boys. Okay. Okay, that's the tray I'm going to put them. This is the tray I'm going to put them on. See this? The browning of these is strictly for the presentation. They look beautiful like that. Absolutely beautiful. Today's show was a way to show you again, like we did with the chicken leg show, how to be versatile with a lot of different things with the same product, to make different things with the same product. And with the crab cakes, with that crab mix, you can just go wild. You could add broccoli to it. You could make a broccoli and crab stuffing. You could bone out a chicken leg, put it in a chicken leg with broccoli, tie it up and roast them in the oven. I mean, there's just so many things you could do. Well, I'm going to take these out. Beautiful. Get that in the sink. I'll give a quick clean to that pan. And turn this off here. That's coming together. My whisk. Okay, I'm just going to remove this from the heat for now. Okay, got those crab cakes going in the oven. Everything's cooking nicely in the oven there. Give that a quick wipe. Okay, I'm going to clean this pan real quick. Wow, that's hot stuff. Okay, get that back on there. Okay. We're going to go in with a little bit of olive oil in the pan. Get that around. That pan's hot. I'm going to throw these around in the saute pan. Okay, they're all going to fall down, get softer. A little sea salt on those. And a little bit of garlic powder. Okay. Oh, I love scallions. Sauteed scallions is delicious. Takes the bite out of them. You know, these crab cakes that we made in this crab mix, it's really a simple recipe, and it's really, really good. They're really good. And the whole deal is that, you know what, that lump crab meat costs $17 a pound. I used 2 pounds of that, and I used a pound of imitation crab meat. The imitation crab meat was $2.99 a pound. And you know what, I like the flavor of that imitation. I make crab, like I said, I make crab salad out of it. Well, that's nice. I like that caramelization on these. I eat it in cocktail sauce. I like it, you know. A lot of people like it. So you don't have to use real crab, you know. I mean, in this economy, you know, you got a large family, you want to make a crab cake. You know, use imitation. You know, you're having company, you want to make a nice crab cake, you use the real thing. You know, it's all according to what your budget is and what your needs are. So I got that done. I got the stuff in the oven. I'm going to come out of the oven and plate it when we come back. Okay, so stay tuned to Dad Can Cook. And remember, I'm Scott the GRILLMAN GRIPPO. Right? I'm imitated but never duplicated. Don't you forget that. Here we go. I just threw the butter in. I had to do this quick. I forgot to put the camera on. I'm making the blanc sauce. So I threw the butter in off of the flame, off of the fire. And I whisked it in. Okay? So now that I got that in there, I'm going to add some of my corn. And look at that. That's a beautiful white wine butter sauce. And I'm going to put over the chicken and or the stuffed flounder. Okay? Let me take a look at what's going on here. Okay, let me move the sauce. Put it on over here. Let me get that here. I'm doing this all on top of my stove because I don't want to keep moving my camera around. That corn stuff is good. Okay? Okay. For the plating, okay. Look at these. Look at these beauties. They're the first ones out of the oven. So, let's put these on a plate. Everyone's going to have this as like a little bit of an appetizer, I guess. Okay, so that's the stuffed mushroom. Okay. Remember our Cajun, our Southwestern tartar sauce? I'm going to take some cilantro, stick it in there like that. It's part of the garnish. And we're going to go with 2 crab cakes. With a corn stuffed tomato. And a couple of roasted potatoes. How's that? Okay. Number 3. Let's go with stuffed flounder. How's that looking? Looking good. Okay. Okay, we're going to go with corn stuffed tomato. Stuffed flounder. Cilantro garnish. Roasted potatoes. Okay. With the blanc sauce. Woo, that's a hot plate. How's that look? Huh? Good enough to eat or what? Okay. Next dish. let's go with some of these scallions on the bottom of the plate like that. Again with the corn stuffed tomato. How's that chicken look, huh? Give it a little thumbs up on that one. How does that look? Okay. How's that? So, that concludes our show. We made a lot of stuff in this episode. Okay, more than I think any show ever makes. But I hope it didn't go too fast. I hope it was educational. I hope you liked it a lot. And I hope you tune in and like me on Facebook, okay? See you next time on Dad Can Cook. Take us out, young MC.
In the city, ladies look pretty. Guys tell jokes so they can seem witty. Tell a funny joke just to get some play. Then you try to make a move and she says no way. Girls are faking, goodness saking. They want a man who brings home the bacon. Got no money and you got no car, then you got no woman. And there you are. Some girls are sadistic, materialistic. Looking for a man makes them opportunistic. The lion on the beach perpetrating a tan so that a brother with money can be their man. So on the beach you're strolling, real high rolling. Everything you have is yours and not stolen. A girl runs up with something to prove, so don't just stand there, bust a move.
Show these girls that I own them. Some call me Nicky and some call me Roman. Skeezer, please, I'm in a visa. Whoa, just like he's an my own sneaker. Sexy, sexy, that's all I do. If you need a bad bitch, let me call up yo. I'm soon and I'm living many services out. I see some good girls, I'ma turn them out. Okay, bottle, sip, bottle, guzzle. I'm a bad bitch, no muzzle. Hey, bottle, sip, bottle, guzzle. I'm a bad bitch, no muzzle. Let's go. Makes me
Reception's jumping, bass is pumping. Look at the girl and your heart starts thumping. Says she wanna dance to a different groove. Now you know what to do, G, bust the move.